And if it could be shown, by the way, from Rudolf Bultmann, I understand you also have read Bultmann.
Yeah, I read his article.
Ah, on the demythologizing?
Uh-huh.
Well, he showed, did he not, though he didn't state it, but his scholarship shows that what is normally represented as Christianity can only be found in Paul. And all of those themes are not Christian since they existed before in Jewish apocalyptic and Gnostic mythology or theology or religion. Therefore, these people are taking us on a sleigh ride, right, to an Armageddon that has nothing to do with the sayings of Jesus. Is that likely to have some impact somewhere along the line if someone decides to read it intelligently?
Yeah, impact on the individual, sure.
What's the biggest problem we're having then?
Well, I'm not sure about the biggest problem.
Biggest problem, because you already advanced it, therefore I have a good memory of it.
Well, the majority of people who study this work that we could call the New Testament don't value the scholarship that's being put into it.
That's right.
Or the implications of the scholarship.
There's a hypothesis of A. Finsky.
Really?
A well-known scholar, has never gotten anything into print, but well-known to at least several of my friends. Should I advance his new theory?
Please.
Oh, good. He said Christians don't believe in Christianity. Christians don't believe in Christianity, if you mean by that, either the sayings of Jesus or even the theology of the New Testament.
They don't?
Oh, not at all.
So what's the rest of this hypothesis?
Oh, good. I was waiting. You see, Christianity is really a priest system. They believe their priest knows. They believe their minister knows. They believe their particular minister because he has convinced them. It's a convincing rhetorical system where the greatest persuader reaps the greatest fortune, and he assures them that he has the power to release them from their sins. Therefore, it's a minister-based system, and no church system is going to do the scholarship route because that's not what it's about. See, Jesus sent forth his disciples. But if you look at the New Testament, the Gospels, it's very difficult to find out what teaching he was giving them, other than baptism for the repentance for the forgiveness of sin, which has nothing to do with Jesus. That's that's John the Baptist, isn't it?
Right.
So they're teaching John the Baptist, they're not teaching Jesus at all. And they're being persuaded that their soul will be benefited by believing in John the Baptist and ignoring the sayings of Jesus, and therefore they feel secure to the degree their minister assures them that he knows. That's why they give them degrees. But it can easily be found. Other people can read the book and see it. So this entire political crisis brought about by the evangelical Christians and Judaism in its evangelical role in history. And they also spawned, of course, the Islamic, all comes out of the same book. Right? It's a rather curious system that we're all being led into wars by a man named Bush, who's basically a Christian, who wants to go on and conquer the Near East and spread the teachings. He thinks, he's not willing to say, it's not for democracy. He isn't practicing democracy. Here he's doing away with all the Bill of Rights and all of our principles. He calls it saving them for democracy, but he really means evangelical Christianity will spread the word. I mean, if we want to be honest, it's not too good to be honest to people because, Christians are very polite. Evangelical Christians are very polite.
They are?
Oh, they are. They're very, they shoot you and bomb you and go on religious crusades. They're throughout history. They're a rather belligerent group of people.
Doesn't sound very polite to me.
Well, no. They're polite among one another, and they drive cars, and they go to church. And it's a good system. I mean, look what it does to people. It makes them feel good. They don't have to use their mind. They don't have to use what you called understanding.
That's right.
Well, that's perfectly understandable in a free society such as ours. And by the way, the test of the freedom of our society is this very coffee talk we're having. We can only have this talk in America that is free. And therefore, if there's any objections to it, it can't be because we're approaching anything irreligiously, because we're trying to be religious. If we mean by religious, trying to understand the basic sayings of Jesus.